Hey, this is Dan Dearden, founder of Just Right Heating and Cooling. Today I'd like to talk to you about DIY, do-it-yourself things that you can do as an owner of a heating and air conditioning system. The most important thing that you can do to take care of your own heating and air conditioning system is to change the air filter. Changing the air filter on a regular basis is going to do three very important things for you. It's going to make sure that you maintain the correct energy efficiency. It's going to make sure that your system can actually deliver the air. That's what's heating and cooling your home, is the air. And so if your air filter is plugged, you're not going to have very good comfort in your home. And the other thing is going to protect your equipment, keep it from getting dirty. So that's the most important thing that you can do. Another very important thing that you could do is to just keep your equipment clean. Just take a vacuum, clean off the debris or dust that builds up on the unit. And you can open up the panels and to vacuum out the insides because you don't want dust building up in there. Believe it or not, you can actually have a fire inside your furnace if there's enough dust. The flames can light that dust and create a fire inside your own furnace. That's not supposed to be there. That's different than the fire that's already there, okay? So that's a very important thing. And the third most important thing to do with the heating and air conditioning system is to keep it clear around the furnace. You don't want to have anything combustible like cardboard boxes, Christmas trees, paint, lacquer, stuff like that. Anything that can catch fire. Keep that a long ways away from the furnace. Technically, there's a 30-inch requirement in front of the furnace that you need to keep clear. Another very important thing for you to do as a owner of a heating and air conditioning system is to keep the vents clear. We go into homes all the time where furniture has been placed on top of a vent or on top of a return air register so that the air can't get into the system very well, or if it's blocking where the air comes out, you're not going to get very good comfort. Give you some examples. We see a lot of couches put on top of an air vent in the summertime. Well, it's physics, guys. Hot air rises, cold air sinks. If you put a couch over the top of your register and that air can't get up into your home, then you're going to have nice cool floors, but the rest of the house will be hot. So think about that. Go around your house, look and make sure all of your registers are open and they're not blocked by furniture, and your system will work so much better. Another very important thing for you to do as a homeowner or an owner of heating and air conditioning system is to keep it clean. There are, you notice there's a little fan on top or on the side of your air conditioner that's continually sucking air in and blowing air out. Well, in that air, there's all kinds of dust and debris and leaves and things that can be floating in the air that can be caught in your air conditioning coils. One thing that we advise you to do is wash it out on a regular basis. There are parts of, in our area, there are cottonwood trees and all kinds of cottonwood lint flies and can catch in the coils of the air conditioner, and that needs to be cleaned out once or twice a year. Be easily done with a hose. You can just take good garden hose with thumb pressure. The fins of an air conditioner are made out of aluminum, and it's very thin aluminum, and if you blast it with high pressure water, you can actually bend the fins and ruin your air conditioner. So you just want to use a nice thumb pressure, or if you're going to use some kind of nozzle, make sure it's gives a softer spray. And you'll want to wash the coils down at a 45-degree angle. That's critical here. If you think about it, the air is being drawn through the outside to the inside, and if you're blasting the water straight in, all you're going to do is you're just going to push the dirt further into the coil. That won't help you at all. What you want to do is you want to flush that dirt out, and so if you spray at a 45-degree angle, either from the top down, or if the fins on the louvers on your air conditioner are louvered down, then you would start at the bottom and spray at a 45-degree angle, and you would wash your way up the coil. And what that does is it blasts into the coil and pushes the debris out. So that's another really good thing that we want you to do for your air conditioning system. All right, I've talked a lot about the things that you should be doing to your heating and air conditioning system. Now I'd like to talk about some of the things that you should not be doing. I'm going to give you some examples. As technicians, we get an opportunity to see what homeowners have gone onto YouTube and somebody has told them how to fix their own furnace. And we get called out because they've tried to do their own repairs and have actually caused more issues than they have solved. I'll give you one example here is that this is your air conditioning coil. And you can go on YouTube and you'll see all kinds of videos on how to clean your own air conditioning coil. It's not as easy as they make it appear, okay? Last week I actually went out on a call where a customer watched a YouTube video because he knew his air conditioning coil needed to be cleaned. And so he opened up the panels, got into the air conditioning coil, got his vacuum out, just like it said to do on YouTube, and he was vacuuming off his air conditioning coil. Well, the fins on those air conditioning coils are very, very thin. Essentially, he ended up smashing half of his fins on his air conditioning coil and actually ruining it. Cost him $2,000 to have a new air conditioning coil put in. So, think about this furnace, okay? They're way more complicated than they used to be. They have motherboards in them. They have all kinds of safeties that shut it down so that if your furnace is producing carbon monoxide, that it will shut it down so that you don't die. The circuit board itself, if you look down through this little peephole in the bottom of the furnace, it gives you these little flash codes and tells you essentially what's wrong with your furnace. I'll just give you an example, okay? There's a code that it will tell you that your pressure switch has got a problem, okay? Well, we've had customers see that code, find a new pressure switch for it, replace the pressure switch on the furnace only to find out that the pressure switch isn't the problem. The pressure switch is shut the furnace down because it's unsafe. So they didn't fix their unsafe situation, and the unsafe situation continued, and you can see the repercussions of that. There could be fatal. So we caution you to not do any repairs that might affect any of those sensors. A common problem that we also see every winter, someone will call us and say, hey, I need this part. And you say, well, why do you need this part? Well, I broke it. And then you get asking a little bit further, and it turns out they broke it because they were actually trying to clean a part that wasn't supposed to be cleaned. So if your furnace has got an error code, it's telling you that there's something wrong, I highly recommend you get a trained professional to find out what's going on with your furnace and let them advise you as to the right repairs. Hey, thanks for listening. This is Dan Dearden, founder of Just Right Heating and Cooling, where you're always just right.